Day 27 of December. This is our Health Gain December tip for today. Tapusin ang hapunan 4 hours bago matulog. Bakit kailangan tapos na tayong maghapunan o tapos na tayong mag-dinner 4 hours before sleeping? This is because kapag tayo'y nagpapahinga, kailangan buong katawan natin nagpapahinga. At yung nagpapahinga ay hindi lang yung muscles natin, hindi lang yung ating mata, hindi lang yung ating isipan, hindi lang yung ating pagdinig or ating yung pakiramdam natin, kailangan magpahinga ang buong katawan natin. And the most important part ng ating katawan, isa sa pinaka-importante, kailangan magpahinga yung part ng ating katawan that is actually working most times of the day. And that is our gastrointestinal system. Yes, our intestines, yung tiyan natin, yung ating stomach, also needs break. Kapag kasi hindi natin ito binigyan ng break o ng pahinga na kanyang kailangan, then yung pahinga na kakailanganin ng ating katawan, ng ating isipan, yung ating pagtulog may not be that successful. Why? Because kapag tayo'y kumakain, kapag yung ating tiyan ay punong-puno ng pagkain, then our blood flow ay mapupunta, malaking bagay nun, ay mapupunta sa ating tiyan. It will dedicate its time to digestion. When what is supposed to happen is i-dedicate sana niya yung kanyang energy ng ating katawan into repair and healing. Every day sa ating araw-araw na pamumuhay, there is micro damage and micro injury na nangyayari. Kung hindi man damage or injury, merong depletion o nawawala yung mga kinakailangan nating materyales for us to function optimally. In our brain, those are called neurotransmitters. In our other organ system, those can be hormones, those can be mga signaling factors na necessary for our body to function optimally. And our rest, our sleep is very important. It's because sa panahon tayo ay natutulog, yun yung panahon na nagre-replenish at nagre-repair yung ating katawan so that it will be ready for another day. However, hindi yan magagawa ng ating katawan kapag tayo ay matutulog o nagpapahinga na punong-puno yung ating tiyan ng pagkain. It is because kapag ito ay puno, then it cannot concentrate. Hindi ito makapag-focus on healing and repair because yung priority niya during that time when you have food in your stomach is for digestion. At yun yung kailangan bigyan natin ng break. So why 4 hours? Because hindi lang po yan basta na nasa stomach lang natin. Our whole gastrointestinal system, it can reach up to 25 to 30 feet. So, alam nyo ba kung isang 1 foot, isang ruler, di ba? Up to 25 to 30 foot yung haba niyan ng ating gastrointestinal system from our mouth, going to our throat, going to our esophagus, and then going to our stomach, and then yung ating small intestines na sobrang haba, and then it will go into the large intestines until ilalabas natin as our poops, okay? So that traveling time is actually going to take so much. Pwede itong as long as 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. But for us to make sure na yung kinain natin ay wala na sa ating stomach, at least nasa small intestines na siya or going towards large intestines na, wherein dito yung majority of grinding and then absorption ng fluids and absorption of vitamins and minerals from the food that we ate, yon kailangan ay nasa 4 hours na. So that by that time, yung katawan natin is actually going to be really relaxed. So, ang maganda kapag nakarelax yung ating katawan, hindi rin tayo stress. At kapag hindi tayo stress, yung ating metabolism, yung ating appetite, even yung pagproproseso ng ating katawan ng mga cholesterol, ng mga taba, and then yung pagtaas ng ating cortisol or stress hormones ay magiging normal din. Hindi ibig sabihin na stress hormone is all bad. Pero dapat merong sapat na pagtaas lang because if it's really always high, always too high, yun yung tinatawag nating chronic stress, then it can lead into many other problems. Making sure that you finish your dinner 4 hours before ka matulog is also essential because that will make your biochemical health good. So, apat yung major problems natin when it comes to human diseases, yung mga sakit ng tao. It can be biochemical, it can be physical, it can be pathogenic, or neuropsychological. So, unahin natin yung neuropsychological. Ito yung mga trauma, ito yung mga stress sa ating isipan, yung anxiety, yung depression, yung worries natin. These are neuropsychological. Yung iba, mga post-traumatic stress disorder, yung iba, postpartum disorder, yung mga nag-undergo ng breakdown after panganganak. So, these are neuropsychological problems na kailangan professional intervention with psychiatrist or psychologist, and sometimes kakailanganin din ng gamot. Next one would be pathogenic. Yung pathogenic is yun yung mga infection. So, pwedeng infection sa ihi, UTI, o sa baga, pneumonia, o di kaya infection sa balat, nagkakaroon ng abscess, nagkakaroon ng pagnana, mostly related to hygiene, and also inoculation o pagkaroon ng bakterya sa area na is supposedly sterile. And then yung second natin dyan, so physical. So physical would be like burns. Kung nasunog ka, careful kayo. Speaking of this coming New Year, wag nang magpaputok. Actually, hindi talaga ako mahilig sa paputok. But mahilig ako sa mga, ano yun? Anong tawag nun? Yung mga nagsasparkle lang. So, yun lang yung gusto ko. Yung fountain, yung mga ilaw lang, yung may mga lights. But the sound itself, it's not pleasurable for me to really go loud at magpaputok. And also, iwas putok na injury. So, physical injury, pwedeng trauma, pwede kayong masugatan. So, these are the major. And the last one is actually the one that's majority is the cause of death sa modern day time. So, biochemical, tulad ng diabetes, high blood, pagkakaroon ng cancers, tumors, many other problems. So, we are looking at root cause. Ano ba talaga yung pinagmulan ng mga sakit na ito? The diabetes, the hypertension, the fatty liver, PCOS, and what we see now is yung mga sakit na pala ito has something to do with our food intake. Our nutrition is very, very important. Our food now, hindi lang siya, pwede siyang mag-nourish and pwede siyang mag-heal, or pwedeng wala lang. But if you are eating the wrong foods, pwede na yung food na kinakain nyo is the one that will cause problem itself sa ating pangangatawan. And that is why we have to make sure that our biochemical health is on top. Because kapag okay yung ating biochemical health, so nasa na yung ating biochemical health? Yan, biochemical health. Okay, so yung biochemical status natin is okay, then our body's capacity to withstand and thrive and overcome yung physical stress, yung pathogenic na infections, and neuropsychological problems is also better. So we have a lot of patients na after an injury, so an example na lang, my brother Alvin, di ba, maraming tattoo si Alvin, di ba? Nung healing niya noon, nung nagpapatattoo siya when he was still in high carb, it can take 2 weeks bago magkaroon ng parang drying at nag-wear off na yung skin. So, it desquamating. So, natatanggal yung outer skin. But now, in a matter of 3 days, when he is already in low carb, nagsta-start ng mag-heal. So, alam natin yung tattooing is physical injury, di ba? And that is already a very, very dramatic decrease from 2 weeks, nagiging 3 days na lang. The healing na nakikita noon in 2 weeks time, nakikita na ngayon in just 3 days time. And it's not surprising actually, but it is just good to see it firsthand. And I'm sure kayo, if ever nasugatan kayo, of course, I hope hindi kayo nasugatan, but if ever there are times that you have injury, like ako, I'm really very clumsy. So yesterday, meron akong scratch sa paa, and right now, dry na siya. It's already healed. Yung iba nga lang, kaya ako merong mga pasapasa minsan because I don't usually mind kung saan ako nababangga when I go. Maming always tell me na para daw akong bagyo kung dumaan o lumakad. So, yun, I will try to be careful next time. But yun, these minor scratches, these minor injuries, sobrang daling ma-overcome when you already have your biochemical health at all-time high. Kapag maganda yung inyong biochemical status sa katawan, your tendency to heal from physical stress, to overcome an infection, kung kakailanganin man ng antibiotics, hindi na ito ipoprolong, just the normal course of 7 days antibiotic, you can already be healed. Or yung iba kasi kapag hindi maganda yung inyong biochemical health, like say for example, sobrang taas ng inyong blood sugar, you might need extended antibiotic therapy. So it's so sad na kailangan pa kayong mag-undergo ng another series of another antibiotics, another week. Minsan, it can go on for months at nagkita natin wala pa ring improvement because walang naka-adjunct na tinatawag natin dong medical nutrition therapy. So, yung medical nutritional therapy is ensuring that what you eat is also helping when it comes to your medical status. So, making sure that the food that you are eating is nourishing your body. It will help your medications, it will help your body to heal at hindi na ito makakadagdag pa sa problema. And that is why it can start with not just eating the right foods, but also eating at the right time. So for those na ngayon pa lang nakarinig ng fasting, so this is actually what we do, intermittent fasting. Specifically, we do circadian fasting. So minimum 18:6 circadian fasting sa mga sanay na, pero sa mga hindi pa sanay, you can go as low as 12:12 circadian fasting. Anong ibig sabihin ng 12:12 circadian fasting? 12 hours fasting, 12 hours eating window. So, example, 6:00 ng gabi, tapos na kayong kumain. And then, since you are an early bird, 6:00 ng umaga, pwede na kayong mag-breakfast. But I hope you will get to eat low-carb foods para hindi naman masayang yung inyong pag-fasting. You can continue to reap the benefits of your fasting when you do low carb during your eating window. And slowly, baka pwede nyo siyang i-adjust from 6 a.m., baka pwede ng 8 a.m. na kayong kumain next time. And then after a few weeks, gagawin nyo na itong 10 a.m. And of course, depending on your weight goals, for those naman na hindi gustong mag-weight loss, you just want to maintain or you want to increase your weight gain, you increase your weight rather through gaining muscle weight, then you can have shorter fasting window. So kahit 12 hours lang or 14 hours lang, and then you make sure that you eat lots of good quality proteins during your eating window. All of this is discussed actually in our disease-specific masterclass at meron din kaming just the 14-day low carb and fasting masterclass for health optimization. Yung mga wala namang health issues, okay lang, you can do it, you can learn on your own. And if you are still not part of our group's Life Without Rice, para sa mga inspirations on what food to eat that will help you retain the benefits of your fasting, you can also join Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community for support. You can see there many inspiring stories and personal journeys ng community natin. All in all, we are already more than 500,000 in members. So, at least nasa ano na tayo, 0.5% ng population ng Pilipinas. So, it's still a long way to go, but still at least meron na tayong number, di ba? So, this is good, and that is the reason why we can start with just the basic. 4 hours before sleeping, you can already stop eating during that time. And also, I hope you will try na hindi lang ito 4 hours. Like for example, kung matutulog ka ng 2 a.m., tatapusin mo talagang kumain ng 10 a.m., please don't, because you are also not helping your circadian rhythm to be corrected. Kung magsi-stay out late man kayo, make sure na your eating is still on circadian, which is kung ang sundown natin is around 6 o'clock, dapat tapos na tayo around that time. Unless, of course, you are on a night shift. Because if you are on a night shift, then it's okay. But make sure lang na you are observing a regular eating pattern mostly para makorek din yung inyong circadian rhythm. And kasi kapag corrected na ang ating circadian rhythm, our body's capacity to manage stresses, yung metabolism natin sa ating taba, sa pagproseso ng taba, sa pagproseso ng glucose, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng inflammation sa katawan because of chronic stress, hindi rin tayo magkakaroon ng stress eating. If we have adequate sleep, then we can make sure that our body will be optimal when it comes to health. So, yun lang muna for now. I hope you get to enjoy the holidays. You get to enjoy last Christmas, last weekend. And as we approach New Year, let's all have that dedication and that promise that we will do this time something better to improve our health or maintain the good health that we have now as our commitment, not just to look good, not just to have the weight that we wanted, to wear the clothes that we want, but most importantly, to retain the health that we have in order for us to live longer, happier, fuller, and more meaningful lives, not just for ourselves, for our family, and maybe sa community na pwede nating tulungan, that we can help para lahat tayo, all, and lahat tayo ay magta-thrive. So, we are dedicating our everyday to help the whole community to have a one thriving world. Tayong lahat magta-thrive, walang iwanan. And I hope you can also find that right tribe. Thank you so much for being here. So I hope you become part of our tribe as well in Life Without Tries and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community. So maraming salamat everybody. If ever you need some guidance, kung hindi pa sapat para sa inyo yung natutunan nyo in our free videos, you are more than welcome to join our master classes for specific diseases para sa inyo, para sa inyong loved ones, or maybe the friends and community that you want to serve. So maraming salamat. Have a good day. I'll see you in our next video. Remember to stay low carb so that we all stay safe. Maraming salamat.